The Real Hustle, smart strategies for income, life, and business.
I want to talk a little bit about business. How did that happen where you're becoming a naturopathic doctor, but then there's Juice Plus? Like, did that happen all at the same time, or how did you actually end up in the Juice Plus business?
Well, we wanted it for our family. We thought this is a tool we needed. And then when I had clients come, but when I went through and do the questionnaire and we educate, we go, "What are you doing for your nutrition?" And they were not having the best of health. This is foundational. And we start getting the best changes because we start working with the base. And then I can help manage the other things because a lot of things begin to metabolic reprogramming, the way the body begins to work, it starts to move out when you get the base done. So I naturally was sharing this when I found the need. I sit down with people and I do a questionnaire and I feel a need. What are you doing? What's working? What you've tried? And I get all them basically unveiling everything. And then I just say, this is what I know. And this is what I want to recommend, and you're open to it. But this is the best help. And what I found with my clients were they had been doing the juicing or they've been trying to eat plant based. But when we started the highly concentrated vine ripened variety of plants, it was they had energy to exercise. They were drinking more water. They were craving more fruits and vegetables. Their immune was going up, and so it started changing everything. And so that was always the nutritional base. I have other things that I use, but we always start with that. And if they choose not to, I work with them. But then I always say, "Well, you're open to learning," and 99% they are, because I feel like I have that integrity. Well, I work with other doctors that are really doctors of osteopathic medicine, medical doctors. I have many that I am part of my partnership. They recommend it. They take it. You wouldn't take something you weren't going to recommend. And
Right.
so I did a lot of research on it. I was about a year-ish into it before I ever said yes. When I said yes, I say yes to everyone. It would be not to have integrity, not to share.
Yeah. So you've been doing Juice Plus business for
25 years.
25 years, same as us. So
Oh,
you came in about the same time. We're not like on the same teams or anything within Juice Plus, but we also have many, health professionals, personal trainers, naturopathic doctors, pediatricians, you name it, that are on our team that recommend Juice Plus. I don't know how it really works in the medical industry, but I do notice that like many chiropractic offices or other places, they usually have bottles of stuff that they recommend. They don't seem to recommend it very often, but it's always sitting there on the shelf.
standard processing. Yeah.
Yeah. And then when you're at a medical doctor's office, there's always those pharmaceutical reps coming in that are dressed really nice and they have like the little luggage they're carrying. I don't know what's in that luggage, but obviously there's like a sale thing going on there and they're being encouraged to recommend certain pharmaceuticals. So, I mean, it's part of what people do. I was just on a call with a personal trainer, a yoga instructor today, and those types of people, they get approached all the time. You should recommend this. You should recommend that. How does that play into like the business side of things for you? How has that worked for you?
Well, when I first started, I didn't know much about the business. And I guess that's where the main thing that held me back a little bit of wanting to know, because I had some bad, I don't know, misunderstanding and unprofessional people that had approached me. So I had to do some really rethinking that I didn't attach something that wasn't true to something that was valid. And the first thing when people ask me, just to maybe answer one of your questions, was people say, "Well, what about this product?" or "What about this product?" All I have to say is, show me the published peer-reviewed gold standard human studies. And I can tell you, I've only had one or two companies that have one or two studies. We have almost
Yeah.
50. So
Right.
with the doctors that I work with, they may have 10 supplements. They're short-lived. Usually they're short-term,
Mm.
like I say, a couple that I told you about, but they always start with something that's going to get the inflammation down. The root of all disease is inflammation. We got to get that down and we got to detoxify the body. So that is the base. My doctors always recommend the base, and then have toppers. And when I learned about the hybrid business model, I thought, wow, this is incredible. Wasn't a network marketing company. This was a company that had a way to help. I was looking at the benefit of the health medical packet because my husband
Yeah.
died. So it's like, you can have a medical packet. I have to get the medical insurance. My kids are waiting, looking at me, and I don't want to go to work. And I said, in 2 years, I went to the top of this multi-million-dollar company and got the benefit packet. I was able to get tuition support. So they have a corporate benefit packet that was really a draw for me.
Yeah.
And then when I got into the culture and community of the company, I thought, we have health professionals like no other. Share information, we share resources, we collaborate. I don't have to be the heart expert or the diabetes expert. And these are my friends and partners that are the top in their field. And it is incredible. So I was able to have the corporate, the company have the resources available, was able to have some income based on me sharing and leveraging my time. I want to help a lot of people. And at the beginning, I was helping a lot of customers. So maybe you start that way.
Yeah.
And then my mentor said, "Do you want to help a lot of people? You want to do multiplication or you want to do addition?" I thought, "What do you mean?" I thought, "Oh, you want to be able to help other leaders share and expand this reach. We have a war and epidemic that we're faced." So I thought, well, what does that mean? And so I learned about the ability to be able to make income in 5 ways. I thought, what an incredible opportunity to have a corporate benefit packet, have a part of direct sales, have a piece that was a network marketing piece, which was great that I could pay and never have a lot of income coming into a family and help others do the same.
Right.
What a gift. I was
I love
so,
that part of it.
my goodness. And then being able to know that I could, there's no ceiling on what I could do. So I was able to find hope and purpose. I was leveraging my time, my resources. I was able to raise all my children and stay home with all of them. I have, I'm a yaya, a Greek grandma of 9 grandkids. And today I did a couple things with work and I played most of the day with my grandkids. I'm doing a book launch on Friday, So I've been able to have the residual part of an edible product, and I'm rewarded highly for sharing it. And they reward me just like a physical therapist, just like a chiropractor. You teach somebody to do the work and you get paid and leverage that. That is remarkable. And that is the best gift because 80% of Americans are doing some type of a home-based business. And I wrap mine around these three things that I do. I do my services. I do my base. Juice Plus is my base to build the best results, the best research. And I am so proud to be part of this amazing company that's been around for 50 years. So when you when I hear all the stories of the people that I've helped, I just felt a gift. And then I have some, I don't get, everyone that wants to be in business, but I can't imagine not. And I've been so proud in 25 years to be able to know I'm 62 and I'm still excited as ever about.
You're looking mighty fine for 62, I'll tell you that, or for any age.
Well, I feel amazing.
Yeah.
I always tell my kids, your heart, you got to have the inside's more important than the outside, but you want to be able to have you want to look good, you want to be able to be your best and have your energy. And I have that, not meaning that I can get in a car accident tomorrow and have some things that really wake it up, but I'm grateful to have tools. And Juice Plus is the most researched whole food nutritional in the entire world.
Yeah, and that speaks to your professional so as a healthcare professional, when you're recommending something, that's one of the things we wanna hit on as we close is just integrity and the fact that, you're the product you recommend. And let me point out as well that, there's only so much Rachel to go around. So if you're just seeing patients, that's like kind of the almost like an hourly or service type of industry. And when you get into the real business of it.
You get paid by what you do. And just to And I love the leverage part because I remember when I, maybe about 10 years in the business, I took my kids on a Mediterranean cruise and we had a wedding afterwards and I didn't work for a whole month. My paycheck went up the next month. I'm like, who doesn't want that?
And yeah, for people listening, it's because not only does she recommend the product, but she is a team builder, which that's what she was referring to when she says she has the opportunity to help other people do the same thing and make a little bit of extra money. Like you don't have to sometimes we think of business and it's like, oh my gosh, you got to do all this stuff and make 10 and you'll make 10 or $20,000 a month. But for some people, $300 to $500 a month is going to change the budget
So,
completely.
well, and I think too, as we back up to the way I love when my clients come in, they want help. And then, and it's about asking the questions. And it just makes sense when you start looking at the research. It's a food concentrate. It's the
Yeah.
most research in the world. It's not a company that's been around and gone tomorrow. Our company's been around for 54 years. We're not in Costco. I'm not going to knock on that. We're not in, some of these companies that they have a company and then next 2 years they don't have a company and they create another whole little
Right.
marketing model. We are so grounded and it's very unique because our company's president designed it and it's a hybrid of many multifaceted best business models. And so this is the wave of the future. You look at Warren Buffett and some of the other leaders that are out there, they just say, if you don't have some way to make some residual reliable, I call it reliable income, then you're missing the boat. And so Juice
Yeah.
Plus is an edible product. You eat it. We have reset programs that are combined. We have kids get it for free. The Healthy Starts program. What company would allow a parent to be able to influence a child with a free whole food concentrates with 20, 30 plants every day? And then we have other products. And I'm just really proud. I've always been proud, and it's very receptive. And I work with a lot of health professionals and lay. And if anybody's skeptic, I said, well, then let's talk about what makes us, you go look at information. Anybody can write anything on the internet. You want to be able to go, where are you getting your information? It's PubMed, and our company didn't make the research.
Right.
It didn't buy it. So I know what I know. I know what I feel in my body. I have got a lot of stories, but it's always backed by research. And the business model is, I was skeptical, and I think you need to be. But when I learned what kind of model it was a hybrid. It wasn't a buying club. We don't stock product where there's no hyping. I don't hype anybody. We're not trying to, it's just an option for people. I had talked to another lady today or yesterday. I got 2 new partners, and she's a health professional. She wants to get healthy. So you can just start by getting healthy and get a little discount on your, products. And then you can be able to share this with your family and friends. Who doesn't want that? And my the goal was just to cover my cost. I didn't even want to do the business, so.
When it comes to talking to healthcare professionals, it can be challenging sometime. I know that's been my experience. How do you approach them in a way where they might be a little wary of like our business model or whatnot? So what are some ways that you approach them to kind of address that?
Well, one of them, I can just tell you, I work with Dr. Gina Gonzalez Johnson. She's been in practice for 20 plus years, and she has an 8-month waiting list. And so I went to see her as an interview. I basically said, I'm changing. I need a doctor. I need a holistic doctor. I'm getting older. My medical practitioner, he passed away. And I just said, I came in and I just said, I wanted to see what your philosophy is. And I want to see if you're the right doctor for me. And we talked a little bit, and I said, would you want to go for lunch? I want to hear what your vision is, because I want to see if you're the right doctor for me, right? We talked, I listened to her about her vision, her goals. And then it was about an hour in, and I just said, have you ever seen the research behind Juice Plus? She said, I've been taking it for almost 15 years. I says, have you ever shared it? She goes, I'm a customer. I go, really? I says, wow, can you imagine you take it? Why would you not share this with those that you love? I mean, you take it. She goes, I don't know how. I go, what if I showed you? And I did, and I helped her leverage a Friday. She took Fridays off now with her children, and she offers it as a foundational tool. And the biggest changes come from that. Like my practice, the biggest changes come when they get on Juice Plus. And we have leverage tool business. And my friend, just example of the doctor, Gina, she took Fridays off with her family. She took her kids, pays for all the extracurricular activities like soccer, went to Spain. I work with a lot of people that are not health professionals, and they go, wow, I can be ready for the best years and be ready for the worst, like happened to me. A lot of women lose their spouses or they go through a divorce. What are we going to do? And this is a way they can stay home and create a legacy, be able to have a way to have a resiliency because you have a passion and a purpose wrapped around these tools you don't have to be the expert. You got to be this. I love raving moms, a passionate moms that are going to go fight for the kids at the PTO and all those things. So I'd much rather we have a community, and I just wish I would have known a little sooner, probably.
So basically the bottom line is this: any great business has to have a great product, and our business has a great product. So you basically just tell the healthcare practitioner about the product.
Well, we'll back up to that. Well, I guess a layer of your question. When I talk to a health professional, I just find out, what are they doing? I got to find out what they're doing, and they like what they're doing. Do you ever have a nutritional component to your practice?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the question. They go, yes. So what is that? Why did you pick that? Have you ever considered a whole food platform, not just supplements? I try to go there with them. And are you open to at least looking at what other doctors look at and the research behind it? I think you'd be very impressed. That's what I would say.
Yeah, we're probably going to have some healthcare people watch this and watch the replay. So we will put links to the Juice Plus research. And whenever you see one of our podcasts, whoever shared it with you, you want to reach out to that person and find out more, because maybe they might not be the person that directly guides you. But another great thing that Rachel was alluding to is that we have a community of people. There's a structure in how the business model works. Like any other business, you have in a traditional business, you might have like the manager, and then you have a regional manager, then a CEO and things like that. We have the same thing. There's people that are more and more experienced that you can reach up to that can help that medical professional get started and understand how to integrate it into their practice effectively and stuff.
Well, I think one more thing before I know we're a little late in here, but it's being a professional. I think we may get a little prickly, I call it, or when you have had uneducated people, unprofessional people share something, we've all had that happen. And that's what we train. I'm good at training how to educate others and finding the need. And then are you open, and this is maybe some solution that you may want to look at what I did. No one needs to push anybody, and we need to learn how to best be a professional. But our company is the best at what we do, and I'm very proud. So I always say you got to have the best. If you're the best doctor, if you're the best physical therapist or best chiropractor, you better have the best tools. And I feel that I do.
That is awesome. That's a great ending right there. So thank you for coming on. Thank you for letting us pick your brain. But thanks for watching. Rachel, thanks for coming on. And we'll keep this series going. Make sure you like and subscribe to us. And we'll keep putting out some good business and network marketing related type of content so you can understand a little bit more about what we do and why it works and why we believe this is the best possible business model for somebody looking to have like a side hustle or a new main hustle, whatever you want. But we love it. And thank you so much for coming on, Rachel.